Welcome back to Guilty Gear X, and we're about to do Johnny versus Milia Rage. And we're about to see our hair in action.
Whoa.
Heaven or Hell, Duel 1. Let's rock! See? Now, there's a problem you might have noticed, which is kind of odd considering how much people know me. I'm winning. Now, that's not right, because I suck at fighting games. Now, it's kind of a consensus thing which I've gathered. I think Guilty Gear is kind of looked down somewhat upon because you can kind of mash the buttons a bit and you might have a good chance of winning. And back with me, by the way, we have Jen, our resident person that needs to be cheered up with awesomeness. So, wow, that hurts.
Almost there. Almost there. Yumka. There we go.
Slash! Yes, they say slash instead of win, but I don't know.
Well, you kind of beat her with a slash.
Yes. Oh yeah, that is true. Let's rock. Ow.
That hurt a little.
Falcon kick. So before we were explaining the advent of the 3DS and the DS and the revolutionary supposedly fighting game and tournaments and new games coming in as a result of this. And before Jen, who is our resident Soul Calibur expert, will
I don't know if I'm a Soul Calibur expert, but...
Well, you're better than me.
Well, I do like Soul Calibur a whole lot.
The Jellyfish Pirates are always looking for female crew. Why not check us out? Yeah, he's a bit of a perv. Jam in China. It's cool. I love it. It's not... Are you ready? It's cool. Let's enjoy a great showtime. That's quite a nice message for a fighting game, isn't it? It's cool.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So, we have Johnny versus Jam Kurodoberi? I don't know. So, while we do this next stage, and Jam is probably going to kick my ass. Yeah, there we go. She is quick. So, we're going to have Jen explain a bit more about, well, 3D fighting games and the attraction of 3D fighting games.
Well, see, from what I have noticed, actually, is that depending on the series, if they started out as a 2D fighting game and then tried to go into 3D fighting games, kind of like what Mortal Kombat did, fans seem to have just kind of not, I don't know, probably didn't like the fact of adding the third dimension. Some games are good with adding the third dimension. Soul Calibur the Soul series is a good example because they work things a little differently than others because, you know, they work horizontal and vertical attacks as opposed to just different range of attacks, which is what makes which makes the Soul series pretty good in the third dimension, which also makes it a little different than most fighting games where you're trying to, you know, just come up with your bunch of combos. I guess most fighting games, you know, where they started out as the 2D things and you're working up combos and stuff and really all you can do is just kind of block and maybe duck and not utilizing the third dimension as much. So they'd be called like 2.5D because they have the 3D graphics but they're not utilizing the third dimension within fighting.
So the utilization of the third dimension adds a slightly bigger depth to the arenas and fighting. You're trying to seduce me? You better be careful with that outfit, lady. So, yes, 3 dimensions add something to it. Next up, it's Kai in Paris.
But it's not always, it doesn't always work.
Not always. And good luck to us as it's time to do... There we go. Johnny versus Kai Kiske. So, while we're here, is it Holy Orders? Oh, Holy Orders, I love this song. So, before we continue, by the way, Kai Kiske was the character I tried playing with the most when I was playing Guilty Gear, because The only weapon I've ever tried to practice with in real life is the rapier. So it's also kind of why I think I tried Raphael a lot, bar Siegfried / Nightmare when I was playing Soul Calibur 2. It's kind of why I was disappointed with what they did with Raphael in Soul Calibur 3, making him a nutter. And then
And then turning him basically to where he's almost a vampire in 4. And who knows what's going to happen to him in 5. I'm really sure he's coming back for 5. Because...
well, he is technically immortal, I guess, but it depends what endings were canon and what ones weren't.
yeah. So either we're going to expect Raphael to still look his 32-year-old self, or he'll actually look like his actual age of about 49 in 5.
But then again, the idea of vampires aging is a bit weird, so... or maybe
Yeah.
if he hasn't drained enough energy from people, he might look older.
And who knows, will Amy still look like a lolly? I'm sorry, Amy's a lolly.
And we win.
Wow, you said you suck and yet you're winning a whole lot.
You're a handsome little guy, but you still can't run with number 1. That's because I do. It's Guilty Gear. To use the better moves takes skill. Oh, and here we go. Colony again, and we are fighting Bacon. Bacon? Bacon? Bacon?
I want to say Bicon.
Because bacon sounds like bacon.
Yeah, besides, I'm totally, because it's...
Johnny versus...
yeah, it's
Bacon.
Bicon. I'm pretty sure it's Bicon. Because I'm totally thinking, crap, I totally forget the name of the anime, and it's like, Bleach and, Bankai's. By the way,
Bleach?
I've never actually watched Bleach. Okay, maybe 1 or 2 episodes, but I'm not actually a fan of Bleach. Just putting that out there right now. I actually am not into any of the big name anime mangas right now. The 3 big named ones that are, like, very popular. I think Naruto is overrated, and I was a fan of it until, it started being more about Sasuke than Naruto. Which was about the time, which I thought about that, about the time, Itachi dies. I'm pretty sure everybody knew too. I never really followed Bleach or One Piece either. To tell you the truth, the real good mangas that I actually pay attention to, that I actually want to read is Air Gear, Hellsing, Blue Exorcist, stuff that look pretty good. I'm definitely into shonen series. Like, there's one that's not a shonen series. It's kind of like more of a comedy type of series, and that's Hetalia. I mean, I've even got my mom into that one. When I managed to convince my mom, who really doesn't like watching anime or manga, into watching my Hetalia DVDs, I've worked successfully.
Johnny.
Yeah, it's interesting. I have been talking this whole lot, and it's like I'm talking, and Oscar's just really focused on fighting or something. He's like totally quiet.
I'm sorry, I'm sure the game is set on easy, and I will check after this because I don't win. I'm not meant to win. That's a lie. But we're in Zeph, by the way, where Potemkin used to live, and now we are facing the awesome that is Forced, who is essentially a maniac. Seriously.
Well, just by his basic fighting stance, he already looks like he's harder to hit.
He likes to block, as evidence.
You're also getting kind of higher up the stages. I would expect them to start getting a little harder to beat.
hmm And at this point, so we've discussed 3D fighting games, but are there any 2D fighting games you would like to have tried?
Um, I don't know. I've tried a lot of the 2D fight. I've tried Tekken. I've tried um Marvel vs. Capcom. Yeah, I have tried Marvel vs. Capcom 3. Um, I haven't, and I've played demos, and I played the 3DS demo of Street Fighter. I mean, yeah, I can enjoy them, but I really wouldn't be that great at them. I really wouldn't.
Well, I don't think I'm good at them, but that's because I probably don't know how to do most of the moves that most people can do. And I could have given a time, but I'm not. Oh, wow.
Yeah, hello, magical door right behind you.
Forced is pretty awesome. Just
Oh
it's
gosh, fire in your face. Just like what I did for the past few days, roasting people as the pyro, as the pyro in Team Fortress 2. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah, I recently got Team Fortress 2. You know, especially now that it's just free.
oh yeah, it's now free. What does
Free
that?
forever! And it was originally $20, so I kind of feel sorry for those who actually went and bought and had to pay for Team Fortress 2. Who all ever did that? And when I know they said it Thursday, but it was actually free when I downloaded it Wednesday.
And we're still going, by the way. Next up, Chapter 8, May Ship versus, well, May. So, I have never played Team Fortress 2, I just have friends that talk quite a bit about it.
Yeah.
So, it's Love versus Love, Johnny versus May.
Oh, this is gonna be... I wonder how she's able to pick up that anchor.
She's strong.
Pint-sized powerhouse, apparently.
May is pretty cool, though. She's like one of those kids you see in shoujo mangas who for some reason is... She would be a Mary Sue if it wasn't for the fact she has a very odd love for someone who is pretty much most likely twice her age.
At least.
But seriously, she can beat you up with a hammer, Well, not a hammer. She can beat you up with dolphins and an anchor. I think that
I
deserves...
don't know where those dolphins come from.
Once we've done the first round, I'm going to end the part because I cannot finish this fight within a minute.
No.
And see, you can tell I use most of the same moves over and over. Oh, good lord, ow. Oh.
Ah, that's gonna hurt.
I wonder if Dizzy's in this game. And if Dizzy is here, I will explain who that is to people who just went, who the heck's Dizzy? So, Johnny wins. And we'll see if we can finish this next match within a minute. I doubt it. Let's rock.
Seeing as how that last fight took about 50 seconds.
Just... I find I corner attack too much. I kind of feel bad sometimes when I put people in the corner and attack them because I actually feel that's close to bullying. So once I've defeated May...
Hey, you're getting there. You're almost there. Come on. One more hit and I think do it.
Slash.
There we go. See you in about 30 seconds.
Win. Oh, we did it. Winner. What are you doing here? I see you take care of the ship while I was away. You're on the ship, you idiot. On that note, we're ending the part here.